In a world obsessed with modern conveniences and instant gratification, there's one American tradition that has stayed true to its roots for over 2 centuries. Every day, millions reach for that distinctive round can, anticipating the rich, bold flavor inside. But behind each tin of Copenhagen lies an untold story, one of age-old craftsmanship colliding with cutting-edge innovation. Today, we're going to step inside the legendary Copenhagen Factory, where master craftsmen transform humble tobacco leaves into what many consider the crown jewel of smokeless tobacco. From closely guarded family recipes to state-of-the-art technology that would make even NASA engineers jealous, this is a story that's been 200 years in the making. Believe me, what happens behind those doors might just blow your mind. Copenhagen chewing tobacco is more than a product. It's a tradition. Since its birth in 1822, the brand has become more than just another name in smokeless tobacco. It's become a symbol of American craftsmanship. With over 40% of the premium smokeless tobacco market share today, Copenhagen's iconic status is undeniable. But what really goes on behind those factory doors? Well, let's uncover the fascinating process that creates this legendary product. It all starts in the rich, fertile soils of America's tobacco heartland. Copenhagen sources its tobacco from regions legendary for producing the finest leaves: Kentucky, Tennessee, and the Carolinas. Now, these aren't just any fields, they're the result of generations of farming expertise where soil conditions and climate create the perfect environment for tobacco cultivation. Nowadays, farmers monitor their crops with the precision of scientists and the intuition of artists. Every plant requires months of careful attention, developing the natural sugars and chemical properties that will eventually create Copenhagen's signature flavor. Now, when harvest time arrives, timing becomes really everything. Every leaf has to be picked at its peak moment of maturity. But be careful, those leaves can be a little sharp. Hey, did you know that a single acre of tobacco can produce enough leaves to fill over 6,000 cans of Copenhagen dip? Well, that's why the company maintains partnerships with some farms that have been growing tobacco for over 5 generations. It's pretty incredible. The harvested leaves begin their transformation in these specialized curing barns where they hang in neat rows for up to 8 weeks. Now, this isn't just drying, it's actually a carefully orchestrated process where temperature, humidity, and air flow all kind of dance together to develop those complex flavors. Some leaves even undergo additional curing methods like flue curing or fire curing, each one contributing unique characteristics to the final blend. Now, here's something kind of fascinating. During peak curing season, these barns produce enough tobacco to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool every 3 days. The air inside these barns is so precisely controlled that even a 1-degree temperature variation could affect the final product's taste. Now, at Copenhagen's state-of-the-art facility, where over 10 million cans are produced annually, the real magic begins. Expert graders, known as tobacco whispers in the industry, inspect every batch of leaves. Their trained eyes can spot subtle variations that machines might just miss, a skill that's been passed down through generations. The initial processing is honestly a symphony of human expertise and mechanical precision. The leaves are stemmed, removing those tough central veins to ensure that signature smooth texture Copenhagen is famous for. And fun fact, if you laid out all the tobacco processed here in a single day, end to end, it would stretch longer than a marathon. In this facility alone, more than 200 quality checks occur before a single can leaves the production line. That's more quality control points than you'll find in most automotive manufacturing. Here's where things get really interesting. Behind heavily secured doors, a process unfolds that only 5 people in the world fully understand. While the exact recipe remains one of America's best-kept trade secrets, we know that natural ingredients like molasses, salt and water all play crucial roles in creating that distinctive Copenhagen. In massive mixing vats, the shredded tobacco meets these carefully measured ingredients, but it's not just about mixing, it's about timing, temperature, and technique. The fermentation that follows is a weeks-long process where nature and science collaborate to develop deep, rich flavors that Copenhagen users have come to expect. You want to know something incredible? The precision of the flavoring process is so exact that it can detect variations as small as 0.01% in the mixture. That's like being able to find a single grain of salt in a swimming pool. Now, next comes a step that combines old-world craftsmanship with modern engineering marvels. The tobacco moves through cutting machines that slice it with surgical precision. These aren't your ordinary industrial cutters, though. They're custom-built machines that can adjust their cutting pattern up to 1,000 times per batch. Now, Copenhagen offers various cuts to suit different preferences. You've got fine cut, long cut, and their signature original cut. Each requires its own specific cutting technique and machinery calibration. The margin for error? Less than the width of a human hair. Here in the packaging area, things move at almost a mind-bending pace. Every 60 seconds, this facility produces enough cans to stack higher than the Empire State Building. But, speed never compromises precision. Each can is weighed with accuracy down to 0.01 grams. The iconic Copenhagen can isn't just packaging, though. It's a piece of engineering itself. The design has been refined over decades to maintain optimal freshness and that satisfying snap when you open it. Did you know that the metal used in these cans is specially formulated to resist corrosion and preserve flavor better than standard? Aluminum. Let's talk about quality control. The lab honestly looks more like a NASA testing facility than a tobacco factory. Here, sophisticated machines analyze everything from moisture content to particle size distribution. But, technology isn't everything. A panel of expert taste testers, yeah, that's a real job, ensures every batch meets Copenhagen's exacting standards. In fact, Copenhagen's quality control is so stringent that less than 0.1% of production ever fails to meet standards. That's a level of consistency that would make a Swiss watchmaker jealous. And while staying true to its 200-year heritage, Copenhagen continues to innovate. The factory uses artificial intelligence to predict optimal curing conditions and maintain consistency across millions of cans. Yet, some things they haven't changed, like the morning ritual where senior craftsmen still inspect the day's first batch using methods passed down through generations. There you have it, folks, the incredible journey from seed to tin that creates America's most iconic smokeless tobacco. For over 200 years, Copenhagen has been more than just a product. It's been a companion to workers, a friend to farmers, and a symbol of American craftsmanship at its finest. Now, while the world around us changes at a breakneck speed, there's something profoundly reassuring about knowing that behind those factory doors, tradition still means something, especially for Copenhagen. Now, if this peek behind the curtain sparked your curiosity, you're in the right place. We're constantly exploring the hidden stories behind products that shape our lives. Hit that subscribe button and join us next week as we uncover another American manufacturing legend. Drop a comment below telling us what surprised you the most about Copenhagen's process. Was it their secret recipe, the precision machinery, or maybe those tobacco whispers with their legendary expertise? Until next time, remember, some things we do in the old school way. This is Making Magic signing off.